Hello there, my beautiful friends. Welcome back to another video. So grateful that you're here. If you're new, what is up? My name is Julia, and I try to share the realistic side of life. It's freaking hot in here right now. It's freaking boiling. I'm in Greece, and oh my god. I don't know why I'm wearing this white thing. I feel like it just makes me feel a little bit more comfortable and safe on camera. And these yellow glasses. But hey, to get into this What I Eat in a Week video, I wanted to have a little sit-down chat with you and share the hecticness and unsettled feelings that I have been moving through recently. Because sometimes life is freaking hectic and it genuinely affects the way you feel your body. There's nothing to be ashamed of in this. There's highs and lows and back and forths and all of the things in this crazy thing called life. And to be accepting and genuine and authentic in these moments is extremely difficult, but it's needed in the healing process. So giving yourself grace and love, I really hope that I'm able to inspire that a little bit and maybe also inspire you to have a little sweet treat, eat something a little bit nourishing for your body, and just create that balance for yourself. So I want to get into my life recently and also explain that most of this video is filmed on my iPhone because my camera just decided to be a little bit of a butthole and break on me during a wonderful trip that I really wish I had a camera for. If you've been following me along on my journey, you know that a couple months ago, me and my boyfriend broke up after 6 weeks of traveling together. We went to France and Spain, and yes, it was a beautiful experience, but in that was a lot of turmoil and behind the scenes drama and bickering that obviously is uncomfortable to share on YouTube and process those feelings in an open way when I wasn't sure how I felt. But after we broke up, I saw the reality and had a lot of clarity in myself and released so much internal struggle that I knew was there, but I didn't feel like I was ready to deal with yet. That forced me into dealing with it, but in that is a lot of anxiety, a lot of fears, a lot of I don't know what the heck I'm doing with my life or what's going on. But after we did that, I had nowhere to live. I decided to live in my car, and last year I car camped across Canada for 3 months. It was a beautiful experience, but this time it was a lot more of a forced thing than a choice and a wanted adventure. Although I accepted it as an adventure, it created a lot of unsettledness and anxiety in my life because I felt like I couldn't do my job properly. I felt like I just had nowhere to go, nowhere to cook my meals, and although I had, I guess, everything I needed to be happy, I just really wasn't all that happy. And to be honest, I'm still struggling. In this video, while I'm filming it, during this week, I was struggling. And I just want to be open with that. I think my purpose here on this earth is to express and share all of the feelings of life, because a lot of us think that when we watch a YouTube video, this person is so aesthetically pleasing and perfect and happy and they've got it all figured out and they know what they're doing. But I am a normal human being, and you are too, and everyone is, and we all go through these triumphs and tribulations and ups and downs and crazinesses, whatever, if that's a word. And I just want to be honest with myself and the world, hopefully make you feel a little bit more normal in your experience. While I was living in my car, me and a girlfriend decided to go on a European adventure because I was supposed to go to Europe again with my ex, and then that trip got canceled for obvious reasons. But I still felt the desire to travel and to see more of this beautiful place. So we booked our plane tickets to Germany, we then went to Austria, Italy, and now I'm currently sitting in Greece. This video is obviously filmed in Italy, as the title suggests. So without further ado, let's dive into this video. I hope you can have grace for me, this human experience that I am navigating, and in that, I hope it makes you feel a little bit more normal and accepting towards yourself. Also, you're going to hear these birds chirping through the entire voiceover because I am in a tent and there's no walls and I can't get away from them. It's beautiful, but maybe slightly annoying to you. I apologize. Let's get into it. Well, good morning. We're starting this video off in Innsbruck, Austria, which is a beautiful place to be. The mountains are stunning, but one thing that is really difficult is nourishing your body with home-cooked meals while you're traveling and staying in hostels. It's nearly impossible. So a hostel that has some options available to me, even though it's just toast and jam and celery and tomatoes, nice to at least put something in my body in the morning. Yo, it's good actually. It's pretty good jam. You should add your jam to the peanut butter. Okay, bye. After breakfast, we packed up our bags and took a bus and a train and did all the travel things to go to a beautiful mountain town in Italy called Trento. On this day, I was honestly really struggling, and we got in late and just needed something quick to eat. We luckily found this beautiful vegan restaurant.
I'm gonna get sparkling.
Do it.
No, I'm gonna get sparkling. Why not? Go crazy. With a bit of still. And a little bit of them. I just want them all.
And water's on tap. That's hilarious.
The fact that water was on tap in this way was so cool. I've never seen that before. It felt like you're, giving yourself beer, but it's just different types of water. This was so fun, although super cool, not comfortable at all. Don't recommend it necessarily, but I ordered a milkshake passion fruit flavored and then got myself a burger with fries, and this is Alicia being awkward in front of the camera but absolutely adorable in front of the camera and serving me my burger. This one was a spicy, smoky thing with caramelized onions. The potatoes were good, but you had to pay for ketchup, so I didn't have ketchup or anything to eat my potatoes with, and honestly, that kind of sucks. I'm definitely a vinegar person when it comes to ketchup. When it comes to potatoes, a burger's good when you gotta take off your glasses. After that, we just started wandering the streets and found some cute little gems that we couldn't wait to check out tomorrow morning. And although travel can be extremely hectic a lot of the time, the moments where you just get to walk around a new place and look up at buildings and explore has given me a lot of peace. And a travel tip I have for you, and you may not agree with this one, that's totally okay, but in my experience, small towns is where it's at. I find them so endearing, beautiful, well-maintained, and clean. Something that makes me really sad about traveling to bigger cities is just the amount of trash. And although Paris is beautiful, and Berlin is beautiful, and Rome is beautiful, these small towns, you get a look into the real people that actually live there without immersing yourself in too much touristy culture. So if you decide to travel one day, look on a map and find a little small town. Google some pictures, see if it's your vibe, and try it out. A massive thank you to Squarespace for sponsoring today's video, as always. Their beautiful, colorful, and unique pre-made templates make creating a website easy and doable for somebody that maybe isn't a creative. I know it's intimidating to put yourself out there, especially in a business sense. So having something beautiful for your customers or clients to navigate is an essential way to boost your confidence in your business and within yourself. You can sell your products or book clients with a few easy steps of setting that up, and if you have any questions along the way, contact their award-winning customer service. They will help you out step by step. But maybe you just don't know where to start, what you want your website to look like. Totally understandable. It's scary to put yourself and your business out there in the world. Play around with those templates, with the color scheme, the layout, drag and drop your pictures in. Just get creative. And although that may be hard for some people, that's totally okay. You could leave everything exactly the same and get some friends' opinions, see what they like. And you can do that for free with their 14-day trial. When you're ready to launch that website, however, head to squarespace.com/JuliaAyres to get 10% off of your first purchase of a domain or website. Thank you so much to Squarespace for sponsoring today's video. So after coffee, we headed to the grocery store to stock up for a few days as we're staying in the Airbnb for that amount of time, and it's nice to be able to cook Euro meals. It's also amazing the amount of vegan selection that was available in this small town, because in France, for instance, it was extremely difficult for me to eat anything. I was eating like cans of chickpeas and like lettuce, and I was farting to all max because yeah. So I was expecting Italy to be very similar, but surprisingly, it was really good. Anyways, I washed some lettuce and some arugula, plated that up, a big bowl of greens. I felt like my body needed it. Definitely needs a lot of greens, as it's hard to get them in when you're traveling so much, but threw some mushrooms, a variety of different mushrooms, into a hot pan with some truffle oil and some garlic, and then really sketchily sliced tempeh. I don't recommend doing this at home, but sometimes you just gotta risk it, live on the edge, feel a little something. In a bowl, I combined Dijon mustard, truffle oil, balsamic vinaigrette glaze, and a splash of water to thin it out. It was a weird dressing, but actually a really delicious dressing, surprisingly. Sometimes you just gotta work with what you got, and mustard and balsamic glaze stays out of the fridge. I don't have to put them in the fridge when I'm traveling. I don't have to worry about them going bad. So they're just great, flavorful ingredients to keep with me while I'm on the go. Lots of salt, lots of pepper, and this was a nourishing breakfast? Lunch? I love lunch for breakfast, so I'm happy I gave my body something nourishing and simple to make. To really open myself up here and be completely honest and share what's going on with my life, on this day I was really struggling. Like, deeply feeling pain inside of my heart and my body. And after a mental breakdown, basically, of intense crying, I was grateful to go for a walk and explore, have a little fun, be silly, and then get some ice cream. And it's kind of funny how in these moments of intense emotion, life shortly then gives you exactly what you need to feel a little bit better. Once we release these intense feelings, there is a sense of calm, and in that calm, there can be happiness once again.
It's so good.
And shortly after ice cream in the streets of Trento, we met a new friend, which is so awesome. And we ended up traveling together for like 4 days. He was a calming, lovely energy that I felt like maybe my soul needed a little bit. So grateful for that experience. After that little pit stop for pizza, we headed back to the Airbnb and made some dinner, starting it off by boiling some quinoa, cooking that down. And I love quinoa for travel because you can usually buy smaller packages of it and it's so versatile. You can put it in salads, you can have it hot with a curry or a stir fry. Plus it has the 9 essential amino acids, which for a vegan is very important to make sure you're getting that in your food group. As you saw, I got some tofu and some mushrooms into a pan. Now I'm just chopping up some greens. We're kind of doing a similar thing to what we did earlier in the day, but a little bit more segmented. So we got some chopped up lettuce, some arugula, and now we're going to slice up some cucumber. The knives in Airbnbs suck. I think I've been in one Airbnb that the knives are good. Other than that, I wish I could bring knives on an airplane because the frustration of cutting things without a sharp knife drives me insane. Anyways, we got our sauce made, we threw the veggies onto the plate, we drizzled our salad with the sauce, and I had a little bit extra, so I threw it in with the mushrooms and the tofu, and then plated that up separately. Adding that little bit of sauce to the mixture was a good choice. It made things a little bit more digestible and flavorful, and a little bit more, I hate to say it, moist. I also served tonight's dinner with some fresh chopped up cucumber, hummus, and olives. As you guys know, I started this YouTube channel because I love cooking, but I find a challenge in cooking with very minimal ingredients and trying to make things as flavorful as possible. Because I think we all have a tendency to buy way too much food at the grocery store and allow things to go bad in our fridge, and when you just buy something knowing that you're going to cook lunch and dinner with it, then you're good to go. Anyways, hello, good morning, it's the next day. We had a fast-moving morning because we had to catch a bus to get to the beach to spend the whole day there, and it was freaking beautiful, but literally running out of our Airbnb, sprinting to get to the bus on time. Once we got to the town where the beach was, we stopped in at a grocery store, and I had a weird craving for pepperoncinis and watermelon, and yes, cut your watermelon with your credit card or your driver's license or something. It's a great knife, better than the ones at the Airbnb.
One big one.
After quite some time at the beach, we stopped in at a coffee shop, had my second cup of coffee on this day with some soy milk and a vegan treat. This was the perfect combination of chocolate delicious fudginess and crumbly dessert. Crumbly cake? Crumbly pastry? It was actually phenomenal. We then did some more walking around and enjoyed this glow that the sun was radiating on the mountains around this beautiful beach. And say hello to Bradley, our new friend. When we are struggling mentally, it's hard to be in the moment and accept these beautiful things around us. I see you, I feel you, I am you, I understand you. You're not alone.
Why is it gross? It's fries. It just like looks so gross on the camera. It just like looks so dark and dingy and like sad.
And because none of us ate very much on this day and all the restaurants around the beach were very expensive, we decided to just get some takeout fries, eat them on the bus, go back, shower, get ready, and try to find pasta. The reality of the situation was we were going out way too late, and in this small little town, things closed a little bit earlier than we thought. So we stopped at a kebab stand and I got a falafel wrap with lots of hummus and veggies. And to be honest, this was actually the best falafel I've ever had.
You guys want water? Cheers.
I will.
Cheers!
Oh, maybe it'll cool it down.
Wait, we didn't make eye contact. I made eye contact through the camera.
I might get another.
And yes, I had to get another one because they were absolutely delicious. I was still hungry and they were really cheap. At one point in my life, I felt judgment within myself and a perceived judgment of other people if I went back for seconds when I was still hungry. But now I know I definitely have to fuel my body to satisfy it and nourish it. So go back for seconds if you're hungry, my friends. Today, we packed up our things, got on a train, and headed to Rome. Travel days are very difficult to fuel your body properly because you're just in a hectic state of inconsistency.
Kind of warm. Pineapple.
Now, I don't want to advertise that snacking on a bunch of random things that aren't very nutritionally dense is good for you in the long term, but accepting and knowing that it isn't forever and that we have phases and periods in our life that sometimes it's just really hard to get what you need in a day. In those moments, having grace for ourselves is extremely important. Once we got to Rome, we showered, got the travel stink off of us, and then went out for pasta. Got myself a ravioli with this like tomato pesto sauce, and I asked for vegan, but I'm 99% sure they gave me vegetarian, which is a honest mistake, but I definitely ate cheese. When in Rome, I guess. On this morning, we all decided it would be good for our wallets and our sanity to make something homemade. So I started chopping up the veggies. We got some carrots and some zucchini, threw them into a hot pan with some truffle oil, and once those had a good caramelization on them, I threw the peppers and some tomatoes in there along with tempeh. For the gnocchi, this is a gluten-free gnocchi because Alicia is a gluten-free. I also threw in some vegan pesto and some vegan cream cheese to make it good and creamy and delicious, and a few splashes of water as well to just kind of help the gnocchi cook a little bit better. This was a super simple dish, and it would be so good if you chopped up some onions finely in this and added some fresh garlic instead of a canned oil garlic thing that we have. But all in all, super filling. We got some protein, we got our veggies, and we got lots of flavor. Rome was insanely hot, so having a pit stop midway through a walk to a specialty coffee shop, I had to get some lemon gelato, ice cream, sherbet, a lot of fruity or citrus quote-unquote ice creams at these shops are just naturally vegan. Make sure you ask if you're going about and traveling, but 99% of the time, they're just naturally vegan, which is awesome. We then made it to a specialty coffee shop. I got myself a cappuccino, a vegan cookie, and this vegan gluten-free, I don't even know what to call it, but it was delicious. Or should I say delicioso?
This is vegan and gluten-free. I don't know. The inside is like cushiony. Oh, wow. Yeah.
Wow.
Zoom in on it.
Zoom in on it.
Come in a little closer.
The purple creamy thing on top tasted like berries, and then there was a berry jam in the middle, and it had a crumbly shell with a soft coconutty interior. And after a lot of walking around, we had to stop and get a pizza. This was so cool to have a show of this one man cooking all the pizzas for the entire restaurant in this beautiful tiled gold oven. It was just such an eye-catching, drawing moment to watch this man do everything. And this one is on me. I forgot to ask for no cheese. But I got a mushroom pizza, and I really didn't want it to go to waste. I don't love eating dairy, and I am a vegan for a reason. But the other thing that really bothers me is wasting food. So, when in Rome, I ate a pizza with buffalo mozzarella. Judge me as you will. But I truly hope you guys enjoyed today's video and have some grace in your heart for me and the process of this journey I am on. I'm sending you so much love, light, and happiness in your life, and I can't wait to see you again. Have a beautiful rest of your damn day.